This is the first mRNA vaccine that we've seen for that has been out for people to be able to use. Is there a reason why? I know that the technology has been developed for a long time. Is there a reason why COVID-19 was a good candidate for the first mRNA
Well,
vaccine?
I think there were two things happening. So we and other companies have been working on mRNA vaccines for quite a long time. In fact, we were actually already in clinical trials that were going on for a number of other viruses like flu and cytomegalovirus, and we're making a vaccine against Zika and various things, but they hadn't yet finished their clinical trials, and so that's why people hadn't heard about it. But we were actually in clinical trials. Thank goodness we had done that, because we happened to be in the starting blocks right when COVID-19 showed up. If COVID-19, and we were prepared. And if COVID-19 had showed up like 2 years earlier, we wouldn't have been ready. You wouldn't have seen the rapid response, but it's because we had already put in all the work. We were already in clinical trials for other viruses. The other thing that was key about the coronavirus, we had been collaborating for several years with Anthony Fauci's group and Barney Graham at the part of NIH called NIAID. They're the part of NIH that deals with infectious disease. And there's a group there, Barney Graham's group, that studies coronaviruses. And they had actually already, we had been working with them on some previous coronaviruses, and we knew exactly which protein of the virus would give the best immune response, this spike protein. And because the known coronaviruses, if you remember, there was one called SARS, and there was another one called MERS. They came several years ago, and so we had studied those, and particularly the work done at NIH, and shown that if you made the spike protein, that was the key to making a good vaccine. And so the reason that we were able to make the vaccine so quickly is we already knew exactly which protein to use. And we just needed the sequence for the SARS-CoV-2 virus. And we could immediately then put that into production.